My name is Reagan Greene.
My name is Michael Greene, and we found out we were going to have a baby in January of 2020.
We found out that we were expecting unexpectedly. We were just about to go on our last trip before we were going to try to start a family, and it was almost like a huge shock. It was a huge shock.
For me, right then, at least in my mind, I somewhat switched into I'm a father now, but it was definitely a shock.
I just didn't really know much of what to expect other than I was really tired and wasn't experiencing much difference in the way I was feeling until we went to the first appointment ultrasound at 9 weeks, and Michael was there. He was running late, and then he had to leave early for an interview that day, and the tech was in there, and we were looking at the screen, and she said there's no baby, and she was really uncomfortable with the way she was telling me and said I don't see anything, and she kept showing the different views of it, and it took me a minute to really understand what was going on because I didn't expect that could have happened at all. It just all happened so quickly, but it was really emotionally overwhelming. So I remember driving home and I just cried so hard.
I didn't want to give up on the thought that this child would still make it and grow, but in a way I think that was just me not having the courage to accept it. In a way I kind of just shut down and started to avoid the anxiety or the stress that was going to put on me personally and us together in marriage. It's painful to write a check or send a check or make a payment to a life that isn't there anymore. We were having a meeting with a mutual friend of ours, and when we told the story of the miscarriage, he suggested that we apply to the Fletcher Foundation.
Even just someone being willing to offer not just financial help, but emotional, just a sense of we see you and it's painful and we know what you're going through.
Knowing that there is a group or a community of people who have gone through this, who want to come around each other and support each other, did help accelerate or start my grieving process. So this was big for me.
And it didn't matter how much we would receive for help from the Fletcher Foundation. It was just the fact that we were able to say this is what happened to us, and I know it happens to a lot of people, but it was just the best lift of all of it was to not be alone.
This gift from the Fletcher Foundation was a reminder I needed of God's promises and that He's going to continue to bless us and remain faithful